Archangel Micheal required me to renounce, these cameras, doing shows, and wealth. It's been a very intense struggle here, and I've been working constantly, but I'm now very close to being finished. And what I see is that as the books are being finished, so too are we seeing this global thing that's happening, the liberation, the cosmic divorce is reaching ahead. And so one of Michael's main messages is that we as a planet are going through what you could think of as a divorce with a psychopath. The psychopath is going to want to destroy you on the way out. And as you try to end the relationship and break it up, and again, remember I studied this in college, they will hit you harder and harder and more often. And so what's happening right now, in my view, and the book that I'm working on right now, Book 2, Volume 2, talks about this. The Chinese balloon was meant to freak us out. The East Palestine chemical spill was meant to freak us out. All the stuff that's happening with the food supply. There's so many things all happening at the same time to try to make you upset. And that is the death to the self. That is the initiation. That is the shamanic death. We're going through it on a collective level. In order to escape a dysfunctional relationship like this, you have to learn not to get mad when the person provokes you. That's the biggest thing. And so we see this over and over again. The reason why I made some satirical slides about Gender Studies University, which is not true, I mean, maybe it will be now because they emulate me a lot of the time. So now GSU is a thing. But in Wichita, Kansas, I don't know why I picked that, but I just thought it would be really funny to add that one in. So, some of the people in the Patriot community are getting very angry at homosexuals, LGBT, whatever you want to call it. I don't think this is a good idea. That's what they want. These people are being abused just like the rest of us. They're being lied to just like the rest of us. They're being manipulated. And obviously the Hell's Kitchen statistic that I showed, where nobody wants to drink Bud Light in the gay community, would make it appear that as a whole, the gay community is not falling for this. So I don't want you to think that they are, and I certainly don't want you to buy into the propaganda that you're being fed, which is to hate these people if you're not one of them, if that's not the way that you feel. So we can all be friends and we can get along and everything can be fine. And within 2 years, Archangel Micheal is saying that we're going through a non-catastrophic ascension for everyone on Earth. There's going to be many LGBT people in that group, undoubtedly. And so we're all going to get to make it. And the classic elite strategy is divide and conquer. They like to spread us apart and create all this mayhem, but we don't need to feed into that. So in the last 10 minutes here, I'm going to keep it under 2 hours. We will do our global meditation. So let me start that now. I'd like you to put both feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Let yourself feel very deeply relaxed. And as you continue to breathe deeper and deeper, you see that at the core of soul's evolution is the love that we feel for all others. The Christian message of Jesus is to love your enemies. To love others as you love yourself. And there are forces in the world today that seek to divide us, turn us against one another, create hatred, division, and separation. Feelings of enmity, disgust, animosity, and anger. But in the purity, in the quietude of the moment, there is an oasis of love that is always there and always available to you. And it is waiting for you to simply tune in and feel the vibration. There's really nothing that you have to do. That's the great part about meditation. You just let it happen. You just create the habitat. Create the space. And as you go through your life, learning to take things with less anger, more patience, not to be so reactive around other people, to think before we speak, to hold back and consider the consequences of what someone else might feel if we were to say something angry or unloving. Going deeper and deeper into the medicine of pure healing, exploring the journey that can be found as that point of stillness is expanded. And your awareness no longer is contained within the body, but stretches into your chair, into the floor, into the walls around you, bringing you closer and closer to a sense of perfect interconnectedness with all that is. Tuning in deeper and deeper, exploring the depths of the shadow self, those parts of the psyche that we thought could not be loved, could not be accepted. Well, as it turns out, our job is to just let go of all that. Just let go of all the shame, all the self-judgment, all the anxiety, all the fear. And relax into the notion that we are on a perfect timeline, experiencing a perfect plan for humanity's soul evolution, where all of us get to experience ascension, the activation of new potentials in our consciousness, the understanding of new forms of living, new technologies, hover cars, free energy power plants, space travel, and meeting up with our galactic brotherhood and sisterhood. Promises have been made and they are being kept. Prophecy is self-referential. As more and more prophecies come true, the likelihood that the future that is laid out for us becomes ever greater of a reality. And that is a positive future, not a negative one. For as difficult, as painful, as traumatic, and as seemingly insoluble as the world is now, just like this crazy beeping thing, the smoke alarms that I experienced, we will find the source of the sound. We will track it down. We will turn over every rock until it's found. And we will heal our world. Evil does not get to win. Goodness triumphs. And peace, brotherhood, and companionship become the new standard by which this world is measured. No longer do we need to feel angered if someone tries to tell us that we are not good enough, or we're not smart enough, or attractive enough. For we know that in our core there is peace, and there is a cosmic identity so much greater. Nothing can threaten that identity. We are not threatened by the apparent shamanic death of the old world. We are invigorated by the possibility that this Ascension upgrade could indeed happen within 2 years, just as Michael is saying. That we will get our diploma, we will graduate, and we will no longer be in such a miserable existence. We will all learn how to be far more loving and accepting of one another and our differences, and learn how to embrace one another and accept one another with peace. And so it is.